Hello everyone, this is LE Diecast again, and we're going to be continuing our look at the 2012 mainline collection. And as I mentioned in the other videos in this series, I try to collect each of the colors and the wheel variations and the exclusives for each of the sets. I've been doing that for a while, and it takes a while, so that's why these are about a year late coming out. Also, I hope the sound is fixed on this video. We will see. We've got a new setup here. This will be numbers 174 through numbers 209, and it will finish up the HW Racing series that we started in the last video, and it'll go into the Thrill Racer series. So some muscle cars and some fantasy cars in this one. But we will start it out, and this is the 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger. This one came in 3 color variations. There was a white, there was a blue, and there was a extremely hard to find black, and it's a little hard to see, but my black actually has a paint blemish on it, and I've not found another one that I'm willing to pay for. So if anybody has another one they'd be willing to trade, let me know. So 3 color variations for that one. Next up is number 175, and that is the 08 Dodge Challenger SRT8. This one came in a blue and a blue only. As I mentioned in the last video, a lot of these HW racing series tend to come in a lot of colors. It's kind of hard to keep track of them unless you got a checklist somewhere. Next up, this one comes in 3 colors, and that is the custom Volkswagen Beetle. That one happens to be on the... Oh, no, it doesn't. I take that back. Oh, yeah, it does. That's on the 2013 card. This one came in a blue, a white, a blue, and a purple that looks very similar to the blue. And I do not remember which one of these was the harder one to find. I want to say it was the purple, but one of these gave me a lot of trouble finding. I had to buy it on eBay. Forgot which one. Next up is the 71 Dodge Demon. This came in 2 color variations, a blue and a black. As I'm going through this, I'll answer some questions I've been getting online. Number 178 is the 74 Torino, and that is, how do I tell what's an official wheel variation and what's a not official wheel variation? And the truth is, I really don't. I go by Southwest Diecast site. They have a checklist there, which is pretty complete. It takes them a while to put it together, but once it's together, this one also came in a blue. I found the blue to be the harder of those to find. Once that list is together, it does include some of the wheel variations, and I just go by that list. So next up is the number 179, and this is the Maverick Grabber, 71 Maverick Grabber. This was one of the first cars I ever had. Actually, the first car. I had this car in high school. Mine was not a 71. Mine was closer to a like a 1978, I think. But if anybody was racing a Maverick, I'd like to know about it. I didn't really know they were that great of a racing car, considering when they came out and other cars that were out at the time. It also came in a blue. I found the blue to be the harder to find of those. But getting back to the wheel variation, it just depends. Sometimes Hot Wheels admits to wheel variations, especially when they're in the Walmart exclusive bins and so forth. This is the Bone Shaker. This is 180. This is the black. This was one of the hardest cars for me to find. I think this was one of the last 3 cars I got. Finally had to make a did I buy them? I think I bought them from Dale Race 03 or on eBay. And it came in a blue. The blue was pretty easy to find. The black was impossible to find. And I believe the black was a Walmart exclusive. But going back to those wheel variations, it just depends. And I go by what Hot Wheels seems to admit. The truth is, I think they end up with too many wheels in the warehouse and they put new wheels on cars just so that they can save some wheels and get rid of other wheels. And some of the, if a mistake happens too often, I think they call it a variation. So, oh, that last one was the Acura NSX. That was 181. This is 182, which is the prototype H4, the new treasure hunt for 2013. And next up is 183, which is the Dodge Charger stock car in orange. This one seemed to be very easy to find. Next up is 184. If you haven't noticed by that red stripe right there, I want to keep my finger right there. We're now into the Thrill Racer series, and these Thrill Racers came in kind of little subsets. This is the race course subset. Next up is 24/7 in a blue. No variation on a lot of these. Again, they tend not to put out a lot of variation on the fantasy cars or the racing cars. This is 186, which is the Land Cruiser in red. We're now going into the Swamp Rally subset of these. I only have one of these. I thought I had more of these, but I only have one. It's on a short card. That's the Swamp Buggy. This one was not hard to find. I just didn't pick one up on a long card, I guess. Next up is 188, which was in a light blue, and that is the Mitsubishi 2008 Lancer Evolution. This one is a swamp rally car. I'm not sure you would drive that in the swamp, but evidently, I guess if you live in the swamp, you should be buying Mitsubishis. And here's the Mitsubishi Pajero. This one looks much more like what I personally would want to be driving in a swamp if it was me, but I don't live in a swamp, so maybe it'd be different. I live in a desert. I know my desert cars. I don't know my swamp cars. Evidently, if you live in a swamp, you could also drive the Arachno Rod, which has seen many color variations over the last couple sets of Hot Wheels. That one only came in the one in a semi-ugly brown and kind of green with ugly tan tires. At least that's what I think. So next up is number 191, Leaving the Swamp and Going into Space. This was the Cadillac CN Concept. I like this car. It only came in one color. It's really good on the track. Of course, most of these cars we're looking at are. Also in the Space series was 192, which is Nightburner. Another one that's seen its share of color variations over the years, last 3 years or so. This one, if you didn't know, it's hard to see, but that orange device in there, I'm going to zoom in, that orange device is a little spinning. There's a blade in there, and you can kind of blow through this little back tube there, and it spins that blade. So, fun. Some of the cars that are interactive are pretty fun. This one's one of my favorite cars to collect. Kind of hard to see why. It's a little boring here in the case, but it's Jet Threat 4.0, number 193. This one only came in one color variations. There have been a lot of color variations over the last 3 years, but those blue wings fold out on it, and it makes kind of a jet-like car. They also break off super easy, so we tend to glue them in the up or down position when we play with them. This is 194, which is Rocket Fire. Not really my favorite car, but it's fantastic on the track. Also part of the Space series. Spectre. Only one coloration of this one, too. And Spectre, if I remember right, is Spectre the car I'm thinking of? No, I haven't opened this one in a long time. No, thought it folded up, or folded out, but it does not. Next up is the city stunt. So if you would like to do stunts in the city, evidently you should be driving your 2009 Corvette Stingray Concept. I'm not sure that if you had that car you would be doing too many stunts in it, but it's a neat car. These all have Hot Wheels stunt logos on them. Next up is 198, which is the Citroen C4 Rally. Next up is 190. Oh, that was 197. Sorry. 197 is the Fast Fish, one of my favorite cars. This is the yellow version. And 198 is the Citroen. We've got mixed up. Another Fast Fish. We just did that guy. Next up, 198. 198 is the... Oh, did we do this one? Oh, wait. Okay. We just did the Citroen Rally. There's the green one. There's the light blue one. There was 2 color variations of that. They just got mixed up in my box. The light blue one was pretty hard to find for me, but the green one was pretty easy. Okay, now I think we're caught up. Not very organized here. Number 199 is the Synchro in red. Great track car. Does everything well, loops, so forth. Again, part of the city stunt line. Next up, a fan favorite. That's the Jaded. Seems to be part of every series of Hot Wheels. And this one was in a purple. Not real crazy about the markings on this one. They seem to get a lot of mileage out of this Jaded casting. It's in the 10 packs and the 5 packs and in the main line, and they usually have some entertainment series that has it in it. Next up is 201, and that's the Dodge XP07, which looks very different than any Dodge I've seen. And if I remember, I think the different car manufacturers were asked to create their own version of a Hot Wheels car, and this might have been one of them. It's usually the ones that are the fantasy cars with the Dodge name on it. Next up is Slingshot in only 1 color. Another real good track car, part of the Volcano series. So was the last one. If you live near Volcano, this would be the car to get. Next up is the Blast Lane in red. All these Volcano series cars had the flame graphics on them, I believe. Next up is Fast Felon in a black. Most of these are pretty easy to find. Most of the time the fantasy cars are easy to find. Skull Crusher, one of my son's favorites. He loves this car. I think he has every variation of this car ever made. I'm not that crazy bad, but you can see why the kids would like it. Next up, actually, let's get the real card on this one. This one is the Beach series that we're starting, and this is the Ford 150, F-150. Big truck. This one has come out in 2013 as well, in black, but only 1 color for 2012. Try and Stop Me. This one ended up being one of the last cars I got, but I don't think it was particularly hard to find. I think it was just because I couldn't find it. I doubt it was that hard to find. Next up is 208, which is Dakar. I like this casting. A lot of collectors aren't crazy about this one, but I like it. It's not very good on track. It's got a high center of gravity. Last one for this group is 209. Thrill Racers, part of the Beach series. So if you're ever going to want to tear up the beach in your rescue vehicle And that is the Shark Patrol 78L Camino. So evidently shark patrollers worldwide drive El Caminos. I guess that's so you can, well, I was going to say you could put the shark in the back when you catch him, but got your engine back there. I'm not sure why you need a hot rod to catch a shark, but I guess you do. Some sharks, they're hard to catch. So that is the end of this series. Remember to visit us at LE Diecast, and that's on Facebook. So you just go to Facebook and you like us there, and I'm going to talk quick before the lawnmower kicks in. But that's it for this, and we will keep an eye out for you for the next video. Thanks for watching.